I am Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Moon, Deep Space.
Hello and welcome to your Cancer New Moon Great Mother Speaks reading in your Vedic moon sign. You want to check the links below to see what that is for you. It is 24 degrees in precession to the Western tropical moon sign. This new moon is in the nakshatra of Purnavasu. It's a feeling of having completed a cycle, a phase of life that was very active, and now having to fill what is now an empty space with something that has meaning for you moving forward. And wouldn't this new moon be conjunct Venus, a very communicative type of energy in terms of Great Mother energy, this emotional, intuitive space, opening it up to positive reception, as well as Mercury turning direct on this day. Between now and the full moon, Jupiter will be going direct as well, and so amplifying what is occurring the first 2 weeks of this lunar cycle. This reading does cover the entire lunar cycle in terms of the projection of what we will be seeding now. There are suggested new moon wishes at the end of the reading based on your Western moon sign, but don't worry about that here. The new moon in tropical astrology is in Leo, and so we make our wishes based on Western astrology, the energy of Leo. That's all we need to know, because we are aligning our own ego desires with the intention of the soul, which is what Great Mother Speaks readings are for. Specifically, those who are surviving mama drama trauma. Visit mamadramatrauma.info for more information. It is a condition in which the mother projects unhealed aspects of herself onto her child, causing emotional and or physical trauma. In cases where she is unable, unwilling, or unavailable, she may have transitioned from doing her own healing work because MDT is a cycle. Loving detachment is required in order for the child to live a healthy, happy, and whole life. That's the inner work life coaching I specialize in, and what these readings are designed to do in terms of supporting my clients in their inner work. But they are open to the public if anyone happens to come by. So you're welcome if you are here. And again, check us out at greatmotherspeaks.info for more coaching information, and mamadramatrauma.info for the blog and support groups. Now, speaking of conjunctions, Mercury is conjunct the North Node in Gemini this new moon, giving us again a huge communicative space for expansion going into this new energy set up by Purnavasu. Your lunar yogas are very important because they set up how we download information. So our yogas are our 12th lunar house, our first lunar house, which is our moon sign, and our second. So for example, if your moon sign is Virgo, your 12th lunar house is Leo. And so you download intuitively like a Leo. You feel the emotion like a Virgo and process the information like a Libra. So you want to keep that in mind with these readings for each sign, because although we may share a moon sign and we may share the yogas, there can be shifting, of course, with our own unique configuration and aspects in our birth charts. Now, as you may know, the Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck is being revised. It's almost completed, and so a card or two may be thrown in this reading. There will at least be one to clarify your Cancer new moon reading. So, your new moon wishes. The rules for those as set out over millennia, we've learned that they are most effective if we focus on 10 or less. Those suggested to you may number more than 10 or less. The category for Leo energy is creativity, determination, dignity, fun, celebration, curtailing of arrogance, okay? Asking for support in those areas is what Leo energy is all about. And so you can manage that this new moon up until the end of the phase, which is about 2.5 days. So with no further ado, these are your Cancer new moon readings. Hello, Scorpio, moon sign people. This is for you, ninth house energy. So long distance inner travel, so astral travel. You may be going to very deep places within yourself in the sleeping state and in the meditative state these days. The angels are who you are working with this lunar cycle to live in loving detachment. We know loving detachment is accepting what is, and what is we have MDT, mama drama trauma, condition in which the mother projects unhealed aspects of herself, causing emotional and or physical trauma. In cases where she is unwilling, unable, or unavailable, she may have transitioned to heal her own MDT because it is a cycle. Loving detachment is required for the child, for us to live a healthy, happy, and whole life. Now, health, happiness, and wholeness, holiness, is our birthright as divine children of the great Mother, Father, God, who were never judged, condemned, or left alone. We're dearly loved, and so we all have angels, guides, and ancestors. They're here with you in double measure, in ninth house energy, inner travel, this lunar cycle, Scorpio moon sign people. So this may not be something new to you, but what's bringing it up this lunar cycle is the energy of Hecate, this first card above the angels that is in the position of what is making your soul want to do this work with your angels. What is the impetus for all of this? It's the crossroads. Throat chakra, crescent moon card. You're at a place where you are perhaps not fully embracing your birthright to be happy, healthy, and whole. You're at the crossroads of doing that and embarking upon your journey of receiving your divinity identity. Because we first have to own the ruby red slippers, which are indicated in the Hecate card. It's the scene in The Wizard of Oz when the Wicked Witch tries to take Dorothy's slippers, which symbolizes our birthright to be happy, healthy, and whole. Of course, the witch symbolizes the drama mama, and she cannot get those shoes because she's shocked upon the attempt. So this inability to accept the ruby red slippers, Great Mother, symbolized by Glinda, the good witch, told her to never take them off. But in this scene, she says, take the shoes, but don't take Toto. Toto symbolizes our intuition. So you're at a crossroads of either accepting this intuition, which comes from our divinity, our soul space, Great Mother, those downloads that we get. Toto barking, that intuition. We want that, and we're willing to give up our birthright in order to keep our intuition, in order to keep our authenticity, our truth. And that's why the angels are working with you, because they need you to know, Scorpio moon sign people, as a divine child of the great Mother, Father, God, you are entitled to both your intuition and your birthright to be happy, healthy, and whole, having a physical experience. So all the creative comforts and conveniences are at your disposal this lunar cycle. You feel comfortable. You're eating what you want to eat. You are relaxing the way you want to relax. You're hanging out where you want to hang out, doing what you want to do, to the point maybe even of a kind of selfishness. And this is what's blocking your intuition. This is what's blocking your ability to appreciate that Toto isn't going anywhere either. Remember when Miss Gulch tried to take him, who was the earlier incarnation of the Wicked Witch? He came right back to Dorothy through her bedroom window. So our intuition never goes away unless we repress and suppress it. And so you're kind of struggling with that emotionally this month. Perhaps those of you who think that your truth, your integrity, what you are downloading is not worthy, is not good enough to, or you're not good enough to be able to live it, or it's too difficult to live it, or because other people, as indicated by this, integrity is the eye of aspire, and we aspire to live in loving detachment. That's why the angels have to help us. That's why our guides have to guide us, and our ancestors have to pray over us and support us, because it's not easy. We aspire to live, the I and aspire, the 6 suits of the Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck. Integrity is the balsamic moon card of eternal grace and mercy. This is when it's a heart chakra card. Dorothy is pointing to Professor Marvel, who's also Oz, and says, you were there too. And they kind of chuckle and say, yeah, okay. It's not easy being cheesy. And Scorpio knows that better than most. But this lunar cycle is taking you deeper into this space of, yes, it's fine for you to enjoy your life. You absolutely deserve it, because life can be particularly hard for you at times, but you need that intuition. This is not the time to suppress it, because you're healing MDT, and we can't do that without it. So you're going to need that. And so maybe trying to compensate for the me that you're feeling you need right now, and it feels so good and so comforting, you may feel, well, I'm not totally selfish. I'm taking care of my sisters, or I'm taking care of my siblings, my neighbors. I'm giving. But you want to look at what's motivating that and what's happening, because you want to cross over into a life beyond MDT. You do want to live in loving detachment. Yes, we are triggered our entire lives having difficult relationships with our mothers and being ungrounded through the healing process. But we don't go into tailspins, because we have been working with loving detachment, and we have maintained what is required to be in touch with our intuition, with this soul space, which for you this month is 9th house. It is the guru energy. You being your own guru. And illness is an authentic guru. It is authentic to our unique selves, our unique soul experience. It teaches us. And MDT is viewed as a pathology. It is a planetary disorder in my book, literally. And it's something not easily dealt with. We recognize that. But the boundaries that you're wanting to set may not be serving you at this time. And in your gut, you still are open to where this new direction is going to take you, where this process of living in love and detachment, the guidance to do so, is going to take you. But it's kind of like I'm getting the image of the 9 of Cups in the tarot, kind of like, or is it the 9 of Coins, I think. It's just a little bit too lavish, and your opposing moon sign Taurus, depending on your cosmic calculus, you may have a lot of that kind of attachment energy to feeling good. And let's face it, when you can, you do, Scorpio. So nobody's coming down on you, which is why the support that's available for you here through Great Mother is letting you know, hey, Sulis, full moon, heart chakra card, wellness, it's all good. It's all good. And so there's no need to try to hold on to one thing or the other. You have it all. You have it all. And so there's no need to feel like you have to sacrifice anything other than the illusion that you are not a divine child of the Great Mother, Father, God, because you have had to let go of a lot emotionally in terms of your family relationships, for example. And so those that do remain are valuable to you. And again, the motivation for holding on to those. What kind of boundaries are we talking about? Remember, boundaries are all about what's okay and what's not okay. And we don't want to just hold on to people because we are in a process of letting our mothers go and we just need a warm, comfortable space. In this healing process, we want energy around us that supports our healing process. And when we're comfortable, we might not be so inclined to pay attention to that, is what I'm getting from Great Mother. Your present state of ego soul alignment, the Ankh card, the law of ego form and manifestation, you are totally ready to manifest your true self. You are aware on a very conscious level with Gemini and Rahu, with Mercury and Rahu in Gemini. That you are transforming. This eighth house energy is all about embracing your shadow, embracing your journey. So you're very much aware that that's what's happening. And so it should come as a great relief that the angels are really supporting you this month to live in loving detachment. Because what is the shadow? The shadow is the MDT. That's why I acknowledge the first letter in Aspire is the balsamic moon root chakra card. It is all about regrounding ourselves past the denial of MDT in acknowledgement. So you're here with integrity down the suits from S, R, and integrity, I, to looking at embracing your shadow, the truth. Integrity is telling yourself the truth, and you are very much aware of the truth of MDT. But Great Mother needs you to know that in order to heal it, you need to hold on to those ruby red slippers, your birthright to be happy, healthy, and whole. And so thus the comfort and the conveniences of this lunar cycle, but also your intuition that's letting you know when there needs to be boundaries of how that's experienced, when it's experienced, with whom it's experienced, in ways that support your health, your happiness, and your wholeness. We already take 2 steps forward, 1 step back as it is, or 1 step forward and 2 steps back, however you want to look at it, and find ourselves under challenging circumstances totally utilizing our intuition, to the best of our ability. So Great Mother saying the angels are assisting you in the tendency of the energies this month. And of course, there are other configurations and aspects of your chart that would greatly influence this, so a personal reading is suggested, in ways that could compromise your ability to genuinely, authentically, and with integrity use that intuition. Now, why your soul wants to do it is to embrace the shadow. How your soul is wanting to do this loving detachment work with the angels this month is by leaving bad situations. And so this is an ultimate confirmation of being very clear about your boundaries this month, your environments this month, so that they do support you in all the ways that you do need support to hold on to that intuition and recognize that self-care is not equated to selfishness and vice versa. It's more self-fullness, filling yourself with what you need. So this need to protect that scorpion, external shell, kind of thing emotionally going on. Pay attention to that this month, because all you're really wanting to do with this waning gibbous energy is to just be thankful for the fact that you're on your journey and you're being guided and you're receiving everything that you need. You don't have to add to it. Your divine child, you're being conjoined and aligned with your healing purpose. That's all you need to do, Scorpio moon sign people. That's all you need to do is just feel that love and that alignment and act on that boundary intuition. And by doing that, the outcome is the Doctor card. Your intuition will grow with the double yin symbol, third quarter moon card here in the second chakra, the sacral chakra, law of divine mother. More clarity, balance, and confirmation from her about where to go from there. Third quarter moon as the waning moon come after the full moon. So we see that after the full moon reading this month, you will be leaving a bad situation. Looks like most of you may also be experiencing, as a result, more intuitive downloads. When we do follow our guidance, we do receive more guidance. So by following that guidance, you will be leaving a bad situation. And ultimately, before next new moon, third quarter moon is a week before that, the Doctor card, law of divine mother, your intuition will have grown, thus maintaining both your intuition and birthright to be happy, healthy, and whole. Aren't the angels amazing? Your clarity card is acknowledge, soul contract. What are you acknowledging, balsamic moon? There's the A in aspire. Acknowledge card is the soul contract of Mama Drama Trauma. It has two terms in it. Between the soul of us and the soul of our mothers is a contract to mutually evolve in self-love and spiritual independence. Our birth mother, through her physical being, insists that we learn to love ourselves because she has agreed not to love us in the way we need to be loved in order for us to be coerced into loving ourselves. That is how the soul evolves, in self-love. That is the soul contract. So that's clarification. For your reading, your angels are supporting you to live in loving detachment as a result of accepting the soul contract and your innate ability to fulfill it. Okay, all the support that you have to do it as well, including new moon wishes. The new moon in the Western astrology, which is where we make our new moon wishes, is in Leo. For you, Scorpio, there are possible new moon suggestions in the area of tempering arrogance. That's that selfishness. Now let's see some wishes to support you with kind of reeling that pride in maybe a little bit, or being overly dramatic, self-centered, extravagant, or bossy. Now these are very powerful energies that the angels are going to help you to refocus and redirect in order to live in loving detachment. Of course, we know that these are defensive behaviors that Great Mother has just informed you are not necessary as you consciously align with the supportive energies available for you. From Jan Spiller's New Moon Astrology book, suggested sample wishes to curtail overconfidence are: I want self-defeating extravagance totally lifted from me. I want any feeling of arrogance easily lifted from me. I want the habit of feeling either superior or inferior lifted from me. I want all self-isolating pride totally lifted from me. I want the habit of using unpleasant drama to get my way easily lifted from me. I want all non-constructive, self-centeredness totally lifted from me. I want the habit of bossing people around totally lifted from me. Okay, and if none of this applies to you, it's very possible we all have different configurations, aspects in our birth chart that will greatly impact the reading of your moon sign. So to have your own, go to greatmotherspeaks.info. But above all and most of all, remember, Great Mother loves you, and I do too.
Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Moon, Deep Space, the Moon, Dark Matter.